Okay. Welcome, everybody, to day 4, Anytown Saga. I guess that's what we're calling it. Alright. Just want to apologize beforehand if I seem a little low energy right now. I just got off of a nearly 11-hour shift on a really busy Saturday. So, just in case my voice sounds a bit hoarse or whatever, just anything like that. But yeah, it's not going to dampen my fun. Alright, let's see if we got any of more of our fossils back. Just 3. I wonder if there's like a cap of 3, maybe like per morning or something. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Nope, come on. Ammonite, okay. Common, but you know what? We don't have it yet, so great. Trilobite, also common, but we don't have it yet. Another trilobite. Like I said, common, so it's not a surprise. But we can sell it for a little bit of pocket change, at least. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about what the points of my house are. You didn't freaking eat my shorts for all I care. Alright. Unlike usual, where I run around with the shovel, like very first thing, no, still nothing new there. Unless I happen to come across any, I'm just gonna go to the store really quick. Because I'm really interested to see if we can get the fishing rod and just get the holy trinity of the freaking tools in this game. Oh, nope. Dang it. None of that today. We do get some more flowers, though. This would be nice. Apparently there's a lot less flowers in this game than I remember, and I don't believe crossbreeding's a thing. I don't think they started that until the second game? I think that's when they first introduced it, but I could be wrong. I also need to check the dump for, I guess I'm gonna put the flowers down first, doesn't matter. Check the dump for more paper before I buy any. Not that it's expensive, but every little bit helps. Ooh, that's cool for like an upstairs window, maybe. I bought that shirt last time, I didn't like it. Even though it looks cool there, it does not look as good on me as I thought it would. Oh. Yeah, once again, I'm really sorry if I sound like a bit winded or anything. It's just been a really long day. But I'm not going to keep talking about it over and over. I know people, when they've had a hard day, they just kind of repeat it over and over. And I don't want to be that guy. Hey, Maddie. I like your shirt. I don't remember if that's your original shirt or not. It's very Christmassy. That was short. I'm bored. Been playing all back. Yeah, I have. I paid it off on my second day. Would have been my first day, but I messed up the rock. Oh yeah, I know what it is. Back in the day, I actually did pay off my loan all the way, like only on one slave side, because in this version, it's a big time dedication. Oh, she doesn't have a lot to say today, it seems. Oh. You know what? I might as well try to get the money rock out of the way. But since we're not going to get a shovel, that just means that I'll have to put off fishing for another day. But that's not so bad, really. It just means that this maybe won't be as vault as I wanted it to be. But that's fine. Not every day can be a spectacular event, I guess. Alright. Knowing me, it'll probably be like the second to last rock in town. Oop, get rid of that. Cleo. Oh, she always goes inside this time of day, it seems. Every time I see her, she's just going inside her house whenever I come on the screen. Alright, well, that's one of them. Oh, I guess I should just go ahead and... Eventually I do want to start writing letters to the actual villagers. I just wanted to get a little more established first. you know, touch base with some of the roots of this game first. Put that in there. No, there's almost always paper at the dump. Not always, but almost always. And if I can get that for free, especially if there's more than one, I can just stockpile it for tomorrow. Or I might take a day off tomorrow, but I don't think so, to be honest. Because tomorrow's my first day off since starting this series. So I feel like that might be a good day, especially if we get a fishing rod, to do some serious collecting. But we'll see. And since this is 10 hours behind Reels, oh, I didn't even see that just now. I was watching my display capture and not the actual game. Because there's actually like no lag. Oh, there is paper. And an umbrella, a twig. Oh. Well, that's never been brought back. That's really cool, actually. I don't even remember that ever. I wonder if this is a rare item. Oh, I don't want to put that one on, though. I just wasn't thinking. Put that there. Okay. Alright. So we got that. We got some free paper. Now we just gotta find the money rock and the rest of the fossils. And then maybe we'll do some bee hunting, try to save up some more money. I know it didn't go very well yesterday, although we did donate the first one. I just got done saying the other day that Mitzi was one of my favorites. And here she is. Dude, that's amazing. So I have Bob and Mitzi in this town. If Goldie moves in, it's perfect. Hands down. Can't ask for any more than that. I don't know if Vesta's in this version, but if Vesta moves in, then I would just have to never delete this game. Oh, man. Oh, they're talking about Red, so I think that means he's gonna come soon. But, oh yeah, wait, in this version he usually sends you a letter, like, warning he's coming first, I think? Sweet. That also makes me happy that I planted that tulip right there the other day. Oh, you always check the mountain pass. Or the, not mountain pass, the, what's it called? Plateau. You always take the plateaus. Even though there's not a lot of room and there's no other way up here. Exactly that could happen. Alright, I already checked all the rocks by my house and by the post office. So I just need... Like, I already checked this one? Yes. I don't even know why I hit it. Alright. I'm just looking for rocks right now. Oh, hey Ava. Eventually I'm going to start trying to, I don't know about farm, but eventually I'm going to start asking people if they need help. It's just, like I said, I've been trying to get more established in the game. I haven't really been thinking much about it. Oh, big yawn. Excuse me. Actually I have not. I gotta wash my apron and stuff for work later. But it's all good. Don't get mad at me, you sassy chicken. If you're a chicken, why you got that thing on your head? Or wait. Wait, do chickens... Is it only roosters that have the top thing? I know only roosters have the snood, which is the thing that hangs off their bill. Which is like the down version. Do girl chickens have the thing on top of their head too? I guess they would, huh? Forgot about that. Oh yeah, but for people who didn't know, the little like fleshy bit that hangs off the chicken's beak, or a rooster's beak rather, is called a snood. It's just one of those words that you just pick up somehow. Don't know how I got here. Sure, I'll read it, why not? Passed through your town the other day and it was quite darling. All the trees, all those cute houses, and the fishing river. Move in. A traveling elephant, huh? I don't know. I know that some of those letters or I don't know, but I'm trying to remember from like a Did You Know Gaming that I watched about it, because I'm not an expert on this game by any means, like not even close. I believe some of those letters are in jokes about the dev team to each other, or at least the translation team. I don't know about the actual dev team, but I think one of them is like a love letter that is directed to like initial M or something, and it's one of the coders or translators or whatever. Like, and then there's another one that's coded to another person with initial, but I don't remember. I believe that's two programmers who like worked across from each other and they like developed a relationship, and that was like a little nod to them having a thing during the game, like development. Now I could be wrong, like I said. Who's here? Oh yeah, Ava. She's never at her home square. She's always off and about. I don't care about you, Mole Cricket. Hey, Bob. Might as well get some talking done. Pizzazz. That's a word you don't see too much anymore. Called igloos. Wait, I didn't even notice. Did our snowman friend melt overnight? Did the suffer man? Because I made him wrong. I made his head too big. Just over it. Pillar tree. I don't have a clue. Left there. I really don't want that. Sorry, man. Oh, he just gave it to me for free. Okay. I know it's not edible. I can't eat a hand cart. Unless you're like that guy that like or was it a woman? It might have been a woman who like over the course of 17 years ate an entire airplane. That's real. The facts might not be completely right, but there was a person at some point who spent like many years slowly, daily, meticulously eating an entire airplane. And that's just crazy. Like, I don't know how, I guess they would have to like shave the metal down into small enough pieces. Like how they do the edible gold stuff. Maybe they just did that, but like the iron bits. I don't know. Because I know for a fact, oh, it's a big fish. Oh well. I know for a fact, like the human body cannot consume copious amounts of metal, even if it is safe to quote unquote digest, because you'll just get poisoned. The metal will just straight up poison your system. There's always been rocks down here? I don't remember these. That's not gonna work. Okay, well it wasn't that one anyway. But yeah, well, while it is still sad we don't have a fishing pole yet, because Tom Nook's, oh wait. Nah. See, I gotta make this pretty. Let's put one, like, okay, see, now here's the down ramp. Let's put one like right here. No, one more over. Is that good? Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's put a, no, there's already a yellow one. Yeah. There's already a yellow one kind of close to here, so I want to kind of spread out the colors. Put that there, and then over here where there's a wide open space, put another one like here? Yeah, that's a good spot. Wait. I'm trying to think about after the house spawns, if it ever does here, it'll be fine. Could always dig them up and replant them, like later. And who knows, maybe when Nook's store gets upgraded, he offers more colors of flowers. I don't remember. There might only be like 6 different colors of plants in this one, for all I know. Which is what it seems like, because I've gotten a lot of blue cosmos and yellow tulips, like a lot, the past couple of days. Oh, that's all of that, unfortunately. There's no more planting. Oh, those ones are nice. Oh. I may have checked this one already, but just for security's sake. Okay. And the bridge is on the beach, right? Yeah. Sweet. I was wondering the other reason I came all the way down here, and the answer was to go over the bridge. Yeah, you know what? I haven't done this one for a fact. Oh. that's not gonna work. Put it up here. It would be a lot. I don't know how late into the game of my first playthrough, like when I actually like for real played this game when I was younger, how long it took me into that game to figure out about the money rocks. But like, I can't imagine saving up all these days for your rent, like all of the money it takes, because it gets pretty expensive later without having that little boost every day of money you just know is there. I didn't aim that right. I actually... Hey, come on. Hey, Tank. What's up, man? I might as well talk to you once. I don't like you, but I don't want you to just be, like, tutorial talk all the time. Oh, let's chat, buddy. And base with huge igloos. You know, everyone keeps talking about igloos, but every time I ever find one, it's always Ava in there. And she's just making a big pot of stew. Or, I'm sorry, chowder. I've called it soup, I've called it stew, but every time they're like, no, it's not that, it's stew. It's it's chowder. And I'm like, fuck off. Chowder's a kind of soup. And arguably, if it's a chunky, it could be considered a stew. But I don't know. The only time I've only had 2 chowders before, and both of them I despised. One was corn and crab chowder, which I hate seafood, and I especially don't like crab. The sweetness of crab is really off-putting to me. I don't know why. It's stomachable, like if I was in a survival situation, for sure. I could stomach it. I wouldn't enjoy it, but I could stomach it. But hands down, the worst tasting, like, pretty much soup I've ever had in my life was this sweet old lady's of my grandma's friend made a big thing of clam chowder. It was white clam chowder, which apparently isn't the way you're supposed to do it, but blah blah blah. I don't know. Regional differences. I was like, you know what? I'm older now, because at the time I was like, it was like 3 years ago, so I was like 19 when it happened. I was like, you know what? I'm older. I could probably try something new for once. Even if I know it's from the sea, and I dreadfully, and I find seafood dreadful. It's just gross. Oh, that's my favorite flower in the game. Yeah, she made clam chowder, and everyone at the little party we were at was like really enjoying it, and I was like, you know what, fine, I'll try it. I put 1 spoon in my mouth, and it tasted like the briniest part of the ocean just rose up and smacked my tongue across his face. And I held back my gag reflex for that one, but I threw away the rest of the bowl. It was a paper bowl. It was like a little like potluck get together thing. And I was like, you know what? Everyone else is enjoying it. I can tell it's probably good, but I'm like, I really can't stomach the taste of like the ocean. And everyone was cool about it. Oh, there we go. So I'm glad I didn't hurt anyone's feelings. But long story short, chowders suck. At least the ones I've had. Sweet. Alright. Found the money rock, and we found most of the fossils today. Yeah, there should only be like 1 more, or 2. There was 5 yesterday. I don't know how, but there was. Yeah, just keep it equipped. Fuck it. Oh. But yeah, in short story, yeah, everyone's talking about these igloos, and especially are, but every time I go in there, it's just Ava the chicken. Freaking stirring a pot of chowder. Alright. Get this part over with. Oh wow. I almost like put my finger on my screen to rub it out. You know what I mean? See where the little white tip of the umbrella goes like past the blue silhouette? I thought that was a little like speck on my screen, and I was fixing to wipe it off. But right when the hand went like there, I was like, oh, it just went under the hand. I get that phenomenon a lot, especially in games that have like dusty atmospheres, like freaking The Last of Us. Not every time, obviously, because I don't always focus on it. But when I am like sitting at a computer and I'm actually watching someone play The Last of Us or like The Legend of Bumbo, games that have dusty or like cardboardy kind of textures, I always can't fully decipher which one, what's a particle effect and what's actually like dirt on my screen. And it's an odd source of anxiety. Oh, I'm out of paper. No, stop it, controller. Again, I don't know what it is about this game in particular that messes with my controller. It's like I can play a Hat in Time on this controller perfectly fine. I can play like old Game Boy games on this controller, even with the analog stick, perfectly fine. No drift. With this game, like that, like I'm just letting go of the stick. And it's not every time, but sometimes he just decides to go in the opposite direction suddenly. It's very strange. But I don't know. It might just be really sensitive. But I hope everyone who might be watching, like in the future or whatever, because not a lot of people watching all the time when I go live, which is perfectly understandable. This is not everyone's cup of tea to even play. Watching people play it, having their own little time romping around their towns, understandable. Incredibly understandable. Alright, no bees there. Alright, wait. I need to keep that one ammonite and one trilobite. And then all this other stuff I'll just go ahead and sell real quick. You know what, it is early enough in the month, it's only the 8th. I do kind of feel like it might be worth it to start hoarding the tickets that he gives out. So that maybe if I get an NES game from the little raffle draw, maybe I can do like a little mini playthrough of those, like inside the old game. Oh, I didn't want to press that. I might as well take it, yeah. Oh, he does give raffle tickets. I thought it was only for the furniture items, but I guess he gives it for whatever. Except for tools. Not for tools. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. I just didn't want to see it. This is good for filling out my... I'm having a lot of trouble keeping a train of thought going today. I apologize. Wow. I might as well do it because it's going to help fill out my catalog too. But I've never... And I mean never. I like collecting the bugs. I like collecting all the fossils and all that stuff, filling out the museum. I have never had even 1% interest in ever filling out my entire catalog. Oh, that's a big challenge right there, buddy. And not even of like the fun kind. That's complete random generation. And if it happened in real life over and over and over, it would take probably like 10 years. Just for any of that, just to be able to get like most of the items. It's crazy. And this one, it might not be so bad, but definitely in the freaking newer versions, there's way too much and way too many variations of certain. Although I don't know if like like in New Leaf, I know you can like recycle furniture and make it different. I don't think that those get recorded in like a journal. Yes, I have 5 of those, so I can start saving this stack and drop this one in my house. And then I need to sell all this other stuff back to him. Just slowly start accruing more and more chances. I don't want that, I don't want the arch window, and I don't want that. Obviously not a big return whatsoever, but whatever. You don't play these. We don't do these things because they are easy. We do them because they are hard. Other than that, really. Yeah, I pretty much just didn't even spend like a third of the money I made just from hitting a rock. So whatever. It's a good lesson, kids. If you ever need money, go outside with a shovel. Start hitting rocks. You never know what you'll find. Might find a freaking hidden plethora pyrite or something. Yeah, wait, let's just go ahead and drop these off. I know that the game's so early and there's not really a lot of collecting to do. So it doesn't matter that I have all of these tickets in my pockets, only taking up one spot, but hey, it still bugs me. I can also turn on my lights so it looks lived in, which is always something I always do, even in the newer games. In real life, I keep my lights off in rooms I'm not in all the time, because it is a huge waste of both money and arguably non-renewable resources, but electric is weird. I'll just send these off too. Okay. Sweet. Put that one there. That one there. I'm really glad they streamlined this process in the later games. It is kind of annoying to do one by one. But, you know, it was the first game, and you can't really blame them, because it was really limited by data restrictions and stuff. The GameCube was an amazing console, especially. It holds a special place for me. I really liked my GameCube. You know they have something special going when... Oh, hey, Chief. Nice to see you again. You know that people have a lot of pride in the game system they make when they put a little carrying handle on the back, because they know you're going to be taking it with you everywhere. And if you guys don't know about the GameCube, like, look up a GameCube and then look up pictures of the back of it. There's 100% a, like, permanent, just jutting out slightly carrying handle. That's nothing. That's for nothing but carrying it around to, like, friends' houses. And I always liked that about it. Because I actually did bring my GameCube over to, like, my friend's house as a kid all the time. Oh, this is a bridge, not the thing. Alright. Well, you missed it, Chief. First thing I did before I did, like, any of the fossil hunting or anything, I went straight to... Yeah, it is a lunchbox. I went to the store, hopefully to get the shovel and to complete the holy trinity of the tools in this game. Sadly, he did not. He had the exact same layout as he did yesterday, a shovel and a dumb net. So, no fishing today, which sucks. But we got another round of fossils in, and I'm fixing to donate them. We keep only getting... I keep sending, like, 4 to 5 off a day, but I'm only getting 3 back from the museum. And I don't know if that's, like, a weird backstock thing. Like, the game saves a couple in case you take a day off, so that the next day, maybe if you took a day off from fossil hunting, you still get some back. I don't know. But I'd like to drop these off. Get those on there. Oh yeah, they made it so that you can't skip it. Yeah, I do have a PlayStation 3 actually. It's in my closet right now. I have a Switch 2, a new 3DS, like the one with the little stick and the improved 3D whatever. A Game Boy SP that has a lot of dents and scratches, but it still works really well. And I believe that's it. And of course my computer. But yeah, I do. I even have a game on there that no one can buy anymore. It's not PT, the playable trailer for Silent Hills, but it is the Scott Pilgrim, like, side-scrolling beat-em-up game that has really good freaking soundtrack, man. I played that game so much inside and out, it's crazy. Oh wait, I did have one more thing to donate. Oops. But yeah, like, their musical contract with the people who made it, like, I don't know how to say their names, so I'm even gonna try. It's a group that does, like, a lot of, like, video gamey sounding music, I guess would be the best way to describe it without knowing the genre name, like I don't. Their, like, music contract with them ended, so they couldn't legally sell it because technically they were selling their music. It's weird, but I bought the game before that deadline, and I still have it downloaded on my PlayStation. So it's a game that not a lot of people have. Yeah, I got the Scott Pilgrim video game, and it's really fun. I even got all the DLC too before they shut it all down. Like I got Knives and Wallace. And Nega Scott, but Nega Scott might be an unlockable character. I don't remember if he was part of a DLC. But yeah, I played the crap out of that game. My friend Nick, who I live with actually, has it too, which is really neat. And then I also have, not on the PlayStation 3, but on my current PC, on Steam, in fact. I own the... I haven't played it yet. I might save it for a Let's Play. Or, not a Let's Play. A stream. I don't know. But I own the new DuckTales side-scrolling game. Like the remake of the old one. With all the updated music and everything. Which you also can't buy anymore because of stupid legal jargon. But it went on super sale like the last week it was going to be for sale. I didn't realize it was the last week it was going to be for sale. I was like, oh, this normally like $20 game is like $3. So I bought it for me, and I bought, I think, like 4 copies for different friends. And then it turned out that was the last time you could ever buy it. After like 2 days. It was like 2 more days, and then the announcement happened that like you couldn't buy anymore. I was like, oh. Oops. No, that's everything. This guy. Who was talking more nonsense, me or him? As we just talk over each other and sleep. I don't know. But how's your Saturday going, Chief? Hopefully relaxing. Alright, I emptied this out yesterday, so I don't think there's gonna be anything in here, but oh, there is. Wait. Gimme. Oh. Just a rock. Oh, some pixel art there. Sorry, I was looking at the little like pink wolf pixel art they had on the locker door. A little fox face or a wolf face. Alright, what do I have? I want to sell that, why not? Oh. I might save bee hunting for later, because I really don't feel like just shaking trees, honestly. Well, that's good to hear. I just got home from work about an hour ago, and it was a really long day. So I just want to apologize if like I'm really low energy, or lower than I usually am. I had a nearly 11-hour shift, and it was crazy from beginning to end. Oh. I wish I was outside so I could hear that better. But my town tune played on the bells for the first time just now. But yeah, I'll sell this little rock. 625. Sweet. But yeah, I just got home and I wanted to unwind with some Animal Crossing. Get day 4 in the books. You never know what'll happen. Let's take it easy. I like how all the Animal Crossing games, except maybe the second one, that one, the soundtrack's still good, don't get me wrong, but all of the other games seem to have like a really tight-knit sound font, like for a region, I guess. Like I always found the original Animal Crossing to be very tropical sounding, even when it's not trying to. Like all the little like steel drums and like a tight stitched snare drum, like the little, they're kind of like bongos but slightly smaller and they're higher pitched. I don't know what they're actually called. I just made up a name, but they use them a lot in a lot of the music they make, and I don't know. This one feels very tropical to me, and City Folk feels very French. Oh no. Oh. Hey Cleo. Hands down, I would probably say City Folk has like some of the best like accordion. I said this yesterday, but it has some of the like best accordion samples I've ever heard in a Wii generation game. There's definitely been better since it, but at the time it was just so nice. On follower only. Oh, that's a rip. I'm kind of surprised you're looking for more Animal Crossing people, but I don't know. I know that it's a very niche thing. I wouldn't say this is the only game I would ever play because it's really not. But I'm liking this project so far. It gives me something to look forward to after work. It helps me wind down after hard days. Blah blah blah. But I don't know why they would be in follower only. How big are they? I don't want to ask any names, out anybody, obviously. Nothing. I don't do anything for my health really. But like, how many followers did they have? Was chat just like going? Was chat just like zooming? And they were like, I don't want these random people just putting nonsense in here. Oh no, I made her mad. Call me an idiot. You're a horse. I don't think I made her mad. I think the subject matter of getting sick made her mad. I don't really see a big reason. Well, there's an incredibly cynical reason to put your chat in follower only, which is, hey, do you want to tell me how bad/good I am at this game? I guess you're gonna have to follow. But the main reason I see follower only is like, if you have such a big fan base. Oh shit. I got it. Sweet. 10-minute wait time? Oh, jeez. Less than 10 people? I don't know. I mean, everyone has their reasons. You never know. Maybe they had it on regular mode for a long time and it just got really bad one night. Because I know there are trolls and just huge dickish people who just look for small, relaxing channels and just bombard them with bullshit. It happens way more than it should. So that might be a reason why. The other reason is the cynical reason, like I said. It's like, well, I guess if you want to complain or make a joke, you're just going to have to follow. But I mostly see follower/subscriber only. That's the real cheese right there. Is more of a tool for like, I don't want all these people to pop into my stream because they heard about it from someone and just say something bad in the chat. Against TOS or something. I'm still low-key looking for that bagworm, just so I don't have to shake trees anymore. I actually don't know if the spider, because the bagworm and the spider are two bugs that pop out of trees when you're, like, dangle off of webs when you shake it. And I don't know if the spider in this version is all year round. Because I think in every other version of the game, they are every season but winter. Which makes sense because spiders, believe it or not, do hibernate during the winter. That's why even if you have an infestation of spiders in your house, which is a terrifying thought. But even if you do... Oh, here we go again. I think that's too close. Yeah, they were too close. Oh no. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. That's why they made the medicine items later installments, so that if you get stung, at least you can go through all 5 of them, know they're gone for the rest of the day, and then use the medicine so you don't have to save and quit to get rid of the bandage or the swelling or whatever it's supposed to be. I mean, when I was a kid, I never knew anyone that got stung by bees. I never got stung by a bee, ever, until I was 15. I believe I was 15, because I was working outside of my dad's house, raking some leaves. And I guess I just, like, raked over a bee and pissed it off, and it just flew up and stung the back of my neck. And I'll tell you, it does hurt, but it doesn't hurt as bad as people hype it up to be. Unless you're allergic, obviously, then, ooh. Better have that epinephrine close, my friends. But I could never figure out as a kid if this was supposed to be a bandage over their eye or if this was supposed to be they got stung several times above their eye and the swelling is overtaking their eyes. I prefer to think it's a bandage over their eye than the latter, because that's gross and terrifying. And I mean, the thought of being attacked by a swarm of bees is terrifying. Like, straight up. Why'd you throw a rock at the... Oh, there we go again. There, speak of the devils. Alright, that should be far enough. Got it, sweet. You're doing that thing that, like, every kid does once in their life when they're like, hey, there's that dangerous thing I know is dangerous. I'm gonna fuck with it. Is there any particular reason you thought that throwing a rock at it would be a good idea? Or did you just not think, and you were just doing it? Like, I'm trying to think of, like, a good story of, like, me when I was a kid and I did something stupid, but I was, and even as an adult, really am still a very cautious, slow, boring person. So I never really did that many things. I remember, this isn't really the same vein, but it's similar. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was cutting some construction paper in my room, just making like dumb arts and crafts for no reason, as kids do. And I accidentally cut my sleeve on my long sleeve shirt. And I was like, huh. And then I just kept cutting my shirt sleeve with the scissors. And then my mom walked in while I was doing it, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, I was too young to have a big vocabulary. Obviously, I was like 5. I was like, "I don't know. I just did it. I don't know. I just did it." I was like, "I don't know. I like this shirt. I don't know why I did this." And obviously, even though it wasn't that bad, and my grandma probably could have sewed it, my mom did throw away the shirt to teach me a lesson. But I don't know. When you're a kid, you don't really think about things. Have you guys ever had that kind of thing, where as a kid, or even as a I don't know how old you guys are. Don't say in chat. Twitch has a weird rule about saying ages. But have you guys ever had a moment where you're doing something not necessarily bad, but not necessarily good for your own favor, and you just do it by accident or something? You just kind of happen to start doing it, and then you're like, huh, and you just keep doing it until either you regret it or you're like, why did I do that? Shut up, Nick. 12 poogers. You gotta be careful, man. I mean, obviously not here. There's not any wrenches here. There's no Twitch mods, but you gotta be careful saying shit like that. There have been a lot of streams, like actual streams, I'm not joking, where people have started doing that joke where they all start saying like, I'm -1, and they got banned. Like, I'm not joking. That's some real shit. I don't know why they did it. Like, Twitch just one day they just decided to just be like, alright, let's roll up our sleeves. You're not 12. If you were 12, you would have said jinkies, not zoinks. You're clearly 27 years old. You're so skinny, but you eat all this stuff, and you share this food with your dog in equally gratuitous amounts, and yet none of you gain weight, and that dog... Great Danes only live to be about 8 years old on average. Why is this dog over 30 years old and still looking fine and fresh? Isn't it... That's a weird tangent to go on, but I'm going to talk about it real quick. Isn't it weird that the bigger the dog the dog... I was going to say the dogger the breach. I don't know what my brain was doing. Isn't it weird that the bigger the dog breed, typically the more unhealthy and less years they live? Like Great Danes and St. Bernards, notorious for not living far past 12 at most. But you get a little shit Chihuahua biting at your ankles. Although I love Chihuahuas, but you know what I mean. You get that Chihuahua, the Chihuahua that you know isn't good. You know that the only person that likes is its owner. They live to be like 17, 18 years old. And they're still going until like right till the end. I always thought it was weird because you'd think like bigger, healthier animals, well, not healthier necessarily, but like bigger, beefier animals would just. Oh, my snowman friend is still here. Yep, you're still suffering. Alright. Bees, bees, bees. I might as well keep looking for a bit. So that way, if I ever do get a... Well, I am going to get a fish rod eventually. It's statistically... Are you still mad? We had a conversation about vitamins and shit, and she's just, like, still pissed off at me. That's crazy. They really toned down the emotional, like, what do you call them? Moodlets, I guess? Of the characters in the newer games. I'm gonna give up looking for the bag war. No, I'm not. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna try, because I have tomorrow off. I'm gonna try to compile a couple of sources of, like, what bugs spawn during which months. So I'm not fruitlessly looking around for bugs that might not exist, or fish that don't exist in certain seasons. Although it wouldn't hurt to find some more bees, honestly. And, you know, the free money doesn't hurt either. Oh, man. Nick, I know that you're... Oh, Chief, this is Greasy Dreamland. He's a friend of mine. That I hang out on his stream all the time when he does. Even though he's taking a bit of a hiatus, but it's fine. It happens. I guess, but I lost my train of thought again. Oh, I know you're doing the Drunk by Daylight testing thing. So are you already feeling yourself? Are you already perusing the boozing? Are you holding off till later? Nah, no drinking. Oh, you're just like talking about the rules and stuff. I thought you guys were gonna get like sloshed, and then just fucking start playing around, discussing rules. I mean, you know me. I've never been drunk before, but I've never been drunk before. Hell, I've never even found a drink I really like, ever. The closest thing I ever liked was, strangely, Jack Daniels and Coke. I thought that was okay. It's still bad. Oh, look at that, an igloo. That wasn't there before. Is it going to be Ava with the chowder again? Oh, no, it's Chief this... Oh, you know what? Chief's never awake when I play this game. So I can talk to him. Freakish how warm it is in here. That's because snow is a great insulator, my dude. If you ever find yourself lost in a frozen tundra, and people know where you are and they're coming to get you, don't stand out in the open in the wind and freeze. What you should do is dig like a little ferret hole for yourself and go down there. Like, not big enough to where the snow is touching you, because obviously this freezing cold snow will fucking give you hypothermia. But you build like a big air bubble around yourself, kind of deep in the snow. Not so deep that if it collapses, you're going to not be able to dig your way out. But deep enough that you don't feel the blistering cold winds on you anymore. Oh, wait, that's cool. So there's a mole cricket, and she actually is like pointing to where it is. Oh, nope, it's not what I meant to do. No, it's not Halloween. I got stung by bees, you jerk face. Yeah, bees are super lame, except for the ones I catch. Because they're worth a lot of money. Okay. Well, that's good to know that the villagers point them out. Oh, there we go. I don't know how much these are worth, but I might as well see how much it's worth. Especially if the villagers are just going to help me find them like that, because I had a lot of trouble finding one yesterday. But yeah. Oh, I forgot. Can't do the thing where you kick dirt over it in this version. But yeah, if you were gonna do like a Drunk by Daylight thing, Let me when you guys come up with the rules and stuff, hit me with it, and I'll see about maybe getting loose one night for the first time. I mean, I don't have any tolerances, obviously, other than just me being a giant dude. But I'm the kind of person that I pretty much know my limits on a lot of things, so I don't think there'd be any, like, risk of me overdoing it. The only thing I'd really be worried about is that I'd be, like, an irritable drunk, because, I don't know. People tell me I don't have the personality type to become that, but I don't know. I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun, and then I get drunk, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm pissed off at everything right now. I don't want to be that guy. But you never know. But yeah, keep me in touch, like in my DMs, if you guys ever come up with like decent rules. Yeah. Okay, so I'm officially gonna stop shaking trees, for the bagworm at least. I might try to get one more bees. But, and then, yeah, before I come back on tomorrow, Cadence, I've heard good things about it. I know the one boss that has amazing art for it. I don't know any of the music for it, and I don't want to say it in case it spoils something, but there's one boss that's like a pun, and it's really cute. It's a really cute idea that I 100% am behind. Alright, so I'm going to stop shaking trees. But yeah, before I come back on tomorrow, I'm going to try to my hardest to remember to compile a little list of like what bugs are caught during which season and which fish are caught during what season. So that I don't just keep looking for ones that aren't there. Because shaking trees like that, if I don't know there's something to achieve, it's a lot worse than doing it when I know there might be something to achieve. Or there is something to achieve, rather. How much is this thing worth? Oh, 200. Yeah, that's not worth digging around for at all. But you know what is worth? These bees, which I believe are 5,000 each. Oh no, they're 4,500 each. That's still pretty good though. Plenty of time to get ready. 17th. I might be able to request off that day. What time are you guys thinking about starting? Because I'm not going to go too much longer with this. Like I said, without a proper tool set, especially during the winter seasons, there's not too much I can do. For collecting wise, I think I've already found pretty much all the bugs that can spawn during the season. And none of the fish I can touch, sadly. Excuse me. Jeez. It's been a long day. But yeah, what time are you guys thinking about talking about the rules? Also, sorry to you, Chief, for like completely like alienating you from the conversation. I know this is like talking between friends now, but no, it's still cool. But yeah, that sounds like it could be a good idea. Oh, you're not mad anymore. Can we talk? Do you forgive me for saying that I don't take vitamins? Oh, yeah. Well, now she's sad because I have bee stick on my eye. If I look like that, I wouldn't leave the house all day. Well, you do look like that, and you still leave the house. No, I understand, Nick. I'm not saying I'm gonna pish. I'm not gonna pish myself. I'm not going to push myself for no reason. In fact, it probably wouldn't even take that much to get me. The only time I ever really drank anything as an adult, like I tasted some things, like my dad let me taste his beer and shit like that, little things. The only drink I ever really had was a Mike's Hard Lemonade can, was it like a 19-ounce can or something? It was one of the taller cans, but not like the super big ones. And I just kind of shotgunned it while I was at home. I just drank it in like under 2 minutes. And I was already kind of feeling like tingly. Like, I don't know if that was just like, I don't know if that was psychosomatic. Like, it was because I thought I did. But I just remember feeling kind of sleepy. And then I just went and laid down and watched some things, and then I fell asleep. I didn't mean to ask her a favor, but you know what? That's fine. Yes, I know Maddie. She's cool. Did she just say that she's a bit on the stinky side? Did I read that right? Lent her my poor dear. Oh, lent the poor dear. I thought she was talking about her comic book like that. Yes, I'll go get your comic book back, you horse. To make up for making you mad because I said I don't take vitamins when I'm not feeling 100%. Maddie lives like right here, right? Yeah. Oh, but yeah, Nick, if you didn't know, Chief is basically my first ever real random chatter I've ever really had. And it is pretty nice to see him come back. See them come back for another day. I really wasn't expecting that. It's always kind of nice to see a little familiar face every now and then. Are you inside? No. Oh, that's right. She's by the wishing well. She's the one that pointed to me to the mole cricket. No, I don't work in the morning, thankfully. There's a reason they gave me I worked 10 hours and 45 minutes on that floor, dude. I worked lane B of the drive-thru. I was taking orders outside to cars, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I freaking then they put me on drive-thru order taking, so I was taking orders for hours. and then they were like, "Oh, dude, we got this big basketball team coming in," and they did, and it was like, what was it? It was like a tab of like $140. It was a big bunch of orders. Luckily, they didn't invade our space like they usually do, and just have a whole front dining room just full of them. But it was just like 5 of them, and they just went and picked up. There's another mole cricket here. Instacarting right now. She wants to test some stuff. Oh, okay. KYF. That might be fun, you know. It really depends on if my back can handle not laying down for a while. After I shut down the stream, if there's time, I might take like a little like cool down stretch. Try to get my back in order. Oh yeah, I'm picking up a comic. That's what I'm doing. What was I even talking about? No, for real. What was I talking about? We were talking about Dead by Daylight. The Drunk by Daylight stuff. And then I was like, oh yeah, we need to pick up a comic book. But wasn't there a thing I was talking about work. So yeah, they had me on lane B, and then they had me on order taking. And then they had me at one point today, I was running out orders to people in the dining room while wearing a headset, taking orders for drive-thru, while also handling all of the fry station, while also occasionally taking dining room orders at the same time. It was so hellish today. It was so overbearing. But you know what? That's why they give me the overtime. That's why they give me the freaking 11-hour shifts, even though I was scheduled to leave earlier in the day. But it's fine. It's over. And they only really do that to me. Well, they do the order, like all the multiple... Oh, sorry, wait. Did I get the comic book? I did. They always try to stack duties on me, and other people too. I'm not saying it's just me. It's mostly when people call out, because in the food industry I work in, so many people. I'm not from Texas. I grew up in Louisiana, but I do currently live in Texas. Yes. Why do you ask? Oh, there you are. Oh yeah, I got your comic book. Shut up, Nick. Shut up. Oh, she just gave me some oh. I mean, I don't have to buy any tomorrow, but I was gonna get some from the freaking dump anyway. That was ginkgo. Oh wait, wait. Oh yeah, it is. It's the cool leaf paper. Okay, never mind. I take it back. This is my favorite paper in the game. It's I don't know if they're supposed to be feathers or if they're supposed to be leaves, but I think a ginkgo tree is a thing, and I like the way it looks. It's got a lot of marigolds and yellows, which is very charming to me. Oh no, KYF is a term for a mode in the game Day by Daylight, which is kill your friends, which is basically you have 5 people who all know each other. And one person plays as the killer and 4 people are the survivors, and it's all just for fun. He's a J sub, he knows. I don't know what that means. Oh, going back to something I was talking about like when I very first got on. Saturday nights between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. KK Slider comes and plays his guitar right here on this little box that has no hitboxes and your feet can go through, and that always bothered me even as a kid. That there's a box here, but you know, you just walk through it. Whatever. But so, and this morning when I woke up to go to work, I woke up at like I woke up at 6 so I can get ready and go in for 8 because I had a couple of things to do this morning. And I looked at the clock because I thought Friday was when you do it. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm 10 hours behind. I might as well hop on and get some music for my house. But he wasn't there. But tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I'm going to wake up early so I can jump on here and get some music for my house. So that if I ever do walk around. Jay, who's Jay? Who are you guys talking about? Is this a meme? Am I being memed right now? I don't know. But, yeah. So I figured out what time like that going. Is Jay like a big streamer? I'm confused. Who are you guys talking about? Or is this like an in-joke I don't know about? Huh, I don't know. J-Roar. Okay, I've seen that name before be mentioned. I don't know them, like their stuff personally, but I've seen that name go around. Huh. Well, that's cool. Well, that's cool. Is he like a theme stream? I mean, you don't have to go on about him. I understand. But, is he like a theme streamer or... I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Nick. Outside of us playing together, I don't really watch people play it. Other than, Yoons. But Yoons is a really charming guy. And, like, you know, Yoons is very huggable. You know, I like Yoons. He's cool. Other than him, I don't really watch people play it. I'm gonna be honest. We play it together. That's why I don't really know that much about like looping still. Because I just don't watch things on it. I watched a couple of killer tutorials and then that's about it. I've literally just been running around in circles while we talked. Let me go ahead and just save and end the stream for the day. Bit of a shorter one today, but like I said, there's not too much I can do. Already sent off all the fossils and found the money. I guess I could like sell seashells and stuff, but I don't really feel like doing that. Maybe. Probably like passively in the background. I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Huh. That is crazy though. Sweet. Okay. So here comes the closing of day 4 of our Anytown Saga. Not too eventful, but you know what? We made some money. Did some favors. Got some more fossils in the books. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have a dang fishing pole pop in the dang shop. I can't talk today. Like at all. My brain is fried. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Uh, I might be back later tonight with some more stuff. I don't know. Definitely not Animal Crossing. I'm gonna put that on the shelf for the night. Probably till tomorrow. But yeah, I might be back later tonight. I mean, unless Nick, like right now, you wanted to roll into something, and I could just kind of boop it on. But I'm not gonna make that a thing if you don't want to. I didn't really plan for tonight. I already knew today was gonna be a long day. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. instead of my usual 9 or 10. Yeah, you take care, Chief. It's nice talking to you. And you know those weird small world connections. I swear. Alright. But yeah, you guys have a nice night. I'll see you later.